Thank you, Cobus. Cobus, Bob is taking care of that currently at the bank right now. We'll do an update on that at the end of the call. That's why Bob's not here. So now let me reiterate what I started with. Our report card is the success of the people below you. It is not your success that's your report card. That's a trophy. Your success is status and trophy, and it changes your life. But the effect that you have on the greatest number of people that you helped on this journey succeed is your true report card. And Cobus, I'm going to pick on Cobus for a second. Cobus has had a great deal of success. And because people below him had a great deal of success, when Cobus makes an offer of something that he feels worthy of his attention, they pay attention to what he says, right? Cobus, would you agree with that? You could go ahead and unmute if you'd like. Let me see if we can help you out there. I don't mean to pick on you, Cobus. Lou, can you find Cobus and unmute him for me, please?
Sure.
Thank you. So, would everybody agree that the feather in your cap is the people that succeeded below you? Give me a one if you agree with that statement.
I don't have permissions to do that. Click on his name. I don't get that option.
I'm sorry. Let me make you a co-host. Now you should be able to.
There we go. Boom, got him.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
So, how do we achieve success from the people below us that haven't had success prior to now? Anybody have any thoughts on this? Work with them, yes. Communication, that's important. But I'm going to tell you the biggest one that I've ever found. Any deal I've ever been in, you have what I call the 48-hour window. Okay? Write this down. 48-hour window. What does that mean? What's the 48-hour window? The 48-hour window is the amount of time you have for that brand new person to engage into the plan of that company. Okay? 48 hours. You want to get them to what? Their first meeting, their first call, first presentation, and their first guest. Right? First guest, their first guest, not yours, their first guest. If you get them engaged in that first 48 hours, what's going to happen? Come on, guys. What will happen if you can get them engaged and have their first guest to a call or presentation? They're going to engage. They're going to do something. They're motivated. Now, if you go past 48 hours, they haven't been to a call. They haven't been to a meeting. you haven't made contact with them. Guess what's going to happen to them? Highest percentage. They're going to be that prune that shriveled up on the end of the vine, right? Because if it didn't make the first presentation or call, the odds of making the second or third go down each one. Okay? They leave. Okay? When they first sign up, they have the highest level of excitement they're ever going to have. Right? So if you can get them with their first people underneath them, you've got the ball started. You've got them rolling. They feel like they can, yeah, we can do this. I know I can do this. Now I've already got my first people. Right? Everybody see where we're going with this? Engage out the gate with people, plug them in right away, get them started, and they will stay with you forever. Because why? Particularly in the deal that most of you are currently in. Okay? Plug them in, get them started, get them into profit, and when they go into profit, they're there forever with you. Right? With you. There you go. Work with them. Communicate. Okay? What you're going to find is a level of success because why? Now you're starting to treat it like a business model and not a hobby, right? No longer a hobby. Now it's a business and you're treating it like a business. Everybody see that? Right? Now, before we go real far with that, I want to do something. I want to share my screen real quick. Oh, let's see. This is not the one I want, but this is one that'll work for a second.
Gary, may I chip in?
What's that?
May I chip in?
Can everybody see my screen? Guys,
Yes, I can see it.
everybody see my screen okay?
Yes.
Okay. Now, a lot of people have made edits to this document. So, and it keeps, wow, this is the old one because that image isn't there. Somebody added it back in. Okay, this is my original one. So this is a demo. So I want to go to kind of treating it like an image, guys. So all right, I can still use this one. All right. I want to show everyone how to take this document.
Hey, Gary, I have the one that you sent out originally. I made my own copy of it.
Right, that's what I want to show them is how to make a copy.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll send you the link to my copy, which you
Okay.
can't edit, and then show them how you can make a copy that you can edit.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, so,
it won't matter. All they got to do is go to File and drop down and make a copy.
what you sent me was a Google Doc.
Yeah, it's a Google Doc. Correct.
Okay,
It's a
so
Google Doc.
Here's the one that I was kind of tweaking. I just put that in the Zoom chat to everybody.
Okay.
So no one can edit that but me. So you want to show them how to do that in Google Docs with that
This is the one
document?
I was looking for. This is
Yeah,
the one I was
I
looking
figured.
for right
I
now.
just made a couple tweaks to it, colors and centering, that kind of thing.
You can see that a couple people have put their name to it, and different edits in here.
Well, right now that was I mean, that came out almost immediately. So I don't see any. Oh, maybe there is. So you didn't put that image? Des
Watch.
Alpes Unity Works? That wasn't
See,
you?
if you click File, go down and make a copy.
You can't see what your screen is right now.
Oh, you can't see my screen?
We're seeing the Word screen right now.
Oh, hold on. Let's
Yeah, once you have your own copy, then you can make your edits. You don't want to make edits to the original document that other people are using. Just make a copy, is what Gary's going to show you.
let's see. Let's try screen and see if it'll do it. All right.
There you go.
Can everybody see my screen now?
Yeah, we got you.
Gotcha. So come over to File in your drive. Click Make a Copy. Now it'll say copy of. Now you can change that and edit that. Share it with the same people in this case.
Well, I would say don't share it because you don't want other people to be able to change it.
We want you to be able to make it. So now I make a copy. Now a copy will pop up and you have complete edit control of the copy because it's on your drive. Okay?
On your Google Drive.
On your Google Drive.
Right, right.
Now, this particular one, I'm going to make some changes over here that other people have taken. I'm going to get that off of here. I say I am. There we go. And these are great edit, great stuff, okay? So and you don't have to do it this way. You can do it any way you want to do it. Whatever your comfort zone is. But here's my question to each of you. Now, this I want to insert a link. Why do I want to insert a link? Now it's a live link. If they click it, it's going to send an email, right? Everybody understand that? Lou, can you monitor the chat for me since I can't see it, or I'll
Sure.
pop it up. Yeah, we want to correct the sponsor 1, 5,000, sponsor 2, qualified. We'll cover that, Paul. But we'll cover it at the end of training because training is neutral and training is neutral for everybody. Okay? So we'll cover that kind of stuff. Let's not put any names of companies or anything in the chat, please. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and as far as editing, if someone makes a mistake in a template they send out, yeah, we should try to change it on our end. But if it's something you're putting out to your clients, your leads, you're ultimately responsible for all your content. So just make sure whatever you send out that it truly represents what you want it to see, what you want it to.
Sure. So let's cover something real quick. Does everybody know the beauty of using a doc in social? Anybody have an idea why I asked that question? we're going to take the share link here.
There is no H in Des Alpes.
One with a link.
And
Now,
it's pronounced with a Z because it's French. It's DES, new word, ALPES. Literally
now,
means of
remember,
the or
this is
from
a
the Alps.
copy, guys. This is a copy. So we need to edit that. See that? We edit that, right? And we grab the link. Now, change it to anyone with a link. Copy the link. And I want to show you something that you hadn't realized.
Gary, can you go back to that screen you just had that pop up? Let me show.
Yeah.
Okay, because not only do you want to copy the link there, but you want to make sure. Yeah, go up and click on that share button.
Yeah.
You want to make sure in the bottom right it says viewer. You don't want them
Yes.
to be editor
Yes. Yes. Correct.
or even commenter. You just want viewer.
Yeah. So when we copy this link, guys, we want to show you the beauty of what most people never consider. So let's say I go to Facebook. I'm going to post this link, right? And I'm going to come up here. Now I have 5,000 people in my friends list alone, but I do have a lot of tabs open, so I'm going to be a little slow here. Come on. Behave. There we go. So I'm going to put my share link in here. I'm going to go ahead and post it. I could choose my audience, friends, followers, whatever. Anyone on or off Facebook. So let's do it that way.
And remember, Bob went over, I think it was last week, he showed you how to create audiences. So you're not like sending this to your friends or family or church people, whatever, that you only send it to the people you want to send it to. That you go back
Yeah,
and watch that video. That way you can create an audience that is
but
specifically targeted.
guys, let me close all these tabs real quick so you can see what I have. Now, see, not notice that something changed. The doc is a little showing up a little bit different, but it gives me my title right here. See this? First, no fail, no dropout opportunity on the planet, right? Right? Everybody see that? We need some edits because this information right there isn't correct. Okay? So I want you to watch what we're going to do. We're going to edit a live post from our drive. We're going to edit from what? Our drive. So let's go back to the doc. Let's see which one is. We got this one. So instead of first, how about that? Okay. Let's see how quickly we're going to refresh this. Now, let's go back to our doc, or to Facebook, I'm sorry. Low system resources. So we want to refresh this. Now, technically speaking, it should autocorrect this post. Whether it will right away or not, I can't say for certain. But when I embed these on the G site, they instantly update pretty quickly, almost instantaneously.
I wouldn't be surprised if Facebook doesn't, because it usually takes a snapshot.
Yeah, and it may not even show me my post until somebody comments on the post.
Well, if you're on your page, you should be, if you click on your little image in the top right, it should show you your posts.
Yeah, I could go in there, yeah. So there we go. No, it's not gonna edit, autocorrect right away. Now, something that you probably should do. And at some point it will autocorrect when it catches up, because it's tied to your drive. There we go. So where can we use this doc? Now, some of you, we've covered this before, but we want to reinforce this a little bit. Now, all we're doing with our doc is what? What have we accomplished with our doc? Let's go back to my original one for a second. What did we put on the doc? We put our strong points, right? We put our closing comments that we could use. Nobody fails, no dropout. How strong is that, guys?
Hey, Tina, you're not putting your document on someone else's computer. It's on their Google Drive or in the cloud. So it does nothing to your computer, Tina.
Yes. No, you can't attach a virus to a doc that's on somebody's drive. So, but come on, guys, let's kind of focus on what we're doing with the doc, because this technique will work for any opportunity. It's not just one opportunity this is going to work for. Okay. So we're going to highlight the most important elements and put them in front of people. Right? Create leads. Yes. Now, what do? We put phone numbers or contact stuff or whatever you want in the document directly. So it's right there. When you click that Facebook post, it's going to treat it like what? A sales page. It's going to take you to that document as soon as you click it, because it's on my drive or whoever's drive, right? The person that clicks it is going to put in their drive. If my document is in their drive, and we've touched on this before, what's going to happen? My document on 25 or 30 different Google Drives that looked at this post, what is it going to do? It's not going to go viral. It's going to give you second and third shots at that individual because it's on their drive. So if they go to their Google Drive, they're going to see my document again. Folks, how many times do you get a second or third shot at the same potential person? Second or third shot, right? So where else can we use this document? We already know Facebook. I already showed you that. Yeah. Email marketing would work. Right? How about Pinterest? What makes it work really nice with Pinterest? Telegram, yes. Images, correct. It's an image. It's a document, but it's also an image. Okay. YouTube description. Yeah, you could. Definitely could. See, here's the thing. You're only limited by your imagination. How about Tumblr? How about Reddit? Okay. Reels. Right? Okay. You're limited by your imagination. Okay. The more creative you are, the more what happens? Activity generates what? Write this down, guys. Activity generates activity. It's a numbers game. The better you are, the higher your percentage, but it's still a numbers game. The more people exposed, the more results. Okay? The more people exposed, the more results. Correct? So, I want to share with you, let's go ahead and have a little fun. I'm gonna stop my share. We can come back to this, but we're gonna go. We're gonna go open a new window. I'm not sure you can see this or not.
We see it. Yep.
Okay. So here's a list of social networking services. Okay. Top 20, top 50, social media. So if I have the top 50 and I use the document method or PDF method, it's the same thing. I can put this in a PDF just as easy as I can put it in a document and create the same. The only difference is the PDF cannot be edited. Okay.
Well, if you get some, if you want to invest, I think it's like $70 a month. You can do
Well,
that.
there's
But
ways
that's another
around it.
step. There's another step there. Yeah.
There's ways around it. But you do not want somebody editing your PDF.
But you can password protect them.
You can password protect it.
Yes. I'm
But
sorry.
then it's
I do this a lot. So
it's self-defeating because you want the most eyeballs. And some people, if it's password protected, will not use the password. It's too big a pain.
no, I'm saying that you can password protect the editing feature. So if
Oh,
someone
okay.
downloads it and tries to edit it, they need the password.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, Gary.
Fine, that's okay. So, everybody see where we're headed with this? Here's my question, particularly, how many new people do we have that are guests on the call? Give me a 1 if you're a guest. And this is the first training that you've actually been to that we've done. Okay. Are you seeing any value, guys, new people? Are you seeing any value in what we teach? It's so much easier to not chase people, but to attract people. We want to attract people. So I hope what we're sharing makes sense, particularly for our guests. We want you to be able to attract people to you versus you chasing people. Chasing people puts up what? What do people being chased do? Naturally, but we're all creatures of habit.
To quote Monty Python, run away.
If a guy, resistance. If a guy walks up your driveway trying to sell you encyclopedias or vacuum cleaners, and you peek out the window and see him, the first thought is, I'm not buying nothing. Okay? But the same thing is true for most people we chase. That's why it was called the NFL club. No friends left. They see you coming and you're going to be pushing something, right? Everyone wants to buy, no one wants to be sold. 100% correct. Okay? So what we want to teach you and what we want you to master is to be able to attract enough people to be successful in anything that you decide you want to pursue. Okay? We want you to be successful in what you do. Now, here's a disclaimer. Bob and I and none of us here are selling you a course. Our training is 100% free and will always be free. Okay? It's a missing element in the industry. It's teaching people how to be successful. Okay? The number of people that actually teach other people the correct way of doing things is a very small percentage. There are some courses on Facebook and other places that they sell, and they're big money, as a rule to teach you how to do it. We do not charge anybody 1 penny. And we will never charge for this. We're here to see the industry change. We want to see change because the business model is what? The business model is the most successful model for average people to change their lives. Right? We want people to be able to change their lives. Even $500 more a month would save over 70% of the foreclosures of houses in this particular country here. Okay? Just $500 a month difference can change a person's life for the better. Okay? How do you make editing? Okay, you make a copy of it, and as soon as you make that copy, you can edit. It's on your drive, and you own that document. Okay? So at that point, you make any changes you want to make. For those of you doing a different company than say I'm doing, okay, but I do want you to get a hold of the top 50 media sites and copy this. Let me see if I can get the URL. I'll pull this down. I'm gonna put this in the chat. Guys, make sure you have that because you can make use of it. Okay? For posting purposes.
Hey, Peter, the training, what Gary's showing you right now is the training video. Like what he's doing is how to create your own document and then make your copy of it. So that's what we're doing now.
Guys, you can also use Word to make the same document, upload it to your drive and do it that way is just as easy as well.
Right. So you go into your Google Drive, and one of the options in the top left is to upload, create or upload,
Correct.
and then
Correct.
if you want to, you can even convert it into a Google Drive. But the idea there is you can also, like Gary was saying, create a PDF out of it. Right there, Microsoft has a Microsoft Print to PDF option. So there's a lot of different ways you can do it. But Gary's trying to give you the overall picture of how it works. Why it works. And if you want to get the details on how to do it, just watch this video when we post it later tonight.
Yes. So going forward, if you have all the best media sites, you can find which ones work for you, which ones don't work for you. So if my phone rings or I get an email asking about a particular opportunity I'm in, what is the first question I'm going to ask the person getting a hold of me? Leslie, I would get with the person that invited you to the call. We tend to put them in our Skype rooms for one place that we put them. Where did you see the information? 100% correct. 100% correct. Why do we want to know that? Why do we want to know that? We want to be able to see which sites are being effective so we can focus our time on the sites that are working, right? The sites that are working best for us. So all things are numbers. Remember, we mentioned that before. All things are numbers. if I'm doing better with Pinterest and Facebook and say Tumblr or Reddit, and maybe some of the other ones not as much, where am I going to focus my time? Time is time is the one thing you have very limited amount of. We each have 24 hours a day, and part of that we have to sleep, right? And particularly if we have a job and we go to work 8 hours a day, then we come home, we're tired, we want to focus where we know it's working. Right. That makes sense to everybody, right? That's fine, Leslie. If you need to, um, Lou, can you put an email in where we can get the replay to Leslie?
Sure. Leslie, just share it to me directly, not to everyone. Change it so it's just to hosts and panelists.
Yes. Thank you. So I think we could tie this up in a little bow. How we do that again? Now we could go back and review this in another week or so, and create a document from scratch if everybody wants to see that. But we've already done that in a few weeks ago, so I'd rather keep going in more directions that make sense to the most people, right? So, so here's my question, and I'm repeating it, I realize. How tough is to cold call somebody? How tough? How much does that phone weigh? I bet it weighs 35 pounds when you get ready to pick it up and try and call somebody, right? It's not comfortable, is it? Uncomfortable. It's not natural. Why is it not natural? Because you're trying to pitch or sell somebody something, right? You know it, they know it really quickly. So you have an uncomfortable situation even at its best, right? Now, when I get a call or an email from somebody from one of the social sites, I saw your ad, I'd like to know a little more. The resistance level's gone. There is no resistance. They're asking for more information. So what do we do? What's our next step? Joyce, you don't need to forward it. If you copy it, it automatically goes to your own drive.
Okay, so what you could do there, Joyce, is you could create a forwarding way so that it would trick over to that.
Yeah.
But it's so that's beyond what we're talking about today.
Yeah. So again, all right, send the comp plan. I tend to send a video that explains either a teaser video or the comp plan video. In our case, in your case, if it's a different company, you may have a different type of comp plan videos, but you're going to have something that entices. Okay. Changing the world together. Yes. Yes. So now, what do you do after you've sent the comp plan or whatever that you're going to send? What's your next step? Follow up 100%. Follow up. Now, here is how I would do that. Always. I use what we call permission marketing. What is permission marketing? Guys?
Can I talk to you about something, Gary?
Yes.
Yeah, that's permission marketing. Boom.
So when I use permission marketing, after I've sent the video, I'm going to make an appointment time that works for them to get back in contact. I'm going to say, Lou, here's this video. Go ahead and watch it. I will call you tonight and see if you have any what? Questions.
Excellent.
Questions. So we can answer them for you. Right? That's permission marketing. Do you think that anybody's going to say no? Do you know when when it's a no? When you set that appointment, I'm going to call you tonight. Would 7 or 7:30 work for you and be best? Right? And they're going to say yes. Now, if I call at 7:30 and they don't answer, what are they telling me? Come on, guys. Now, odds are you're not going to run into that. Not interested. Okay? But the odds are stacked against them doing that. You're talking 3 or 4%. You're going to have to go through 100 people to get 4 of them that do that. Okay? Now, the other side of that coin, chasing people and calling people, if you got 15%, you're walking on water. You're so good. Okay?
Hey, Gary, one of the great things about permission marketing like this is the number of yeses they're saying to you. They're giving you a yes when they click on the item, right? They're giving you a yes when they're going to watch the videos. They're giving you a yes when they say, let's go have our meeting.
That's
And they're
right.
giving you a yes when they show up for that meeting.
That's right. So,
You
guys,
know they're interested in it. There's no pressure on you.
no pressure. Okay. Now, let's do a little experiment because we're still belly to belly in a different sense, even though we can't physically see each other, right? Let's see, we have about 140 people or so on the call, right? I want everybody to do this test with me. I want you to shake your head up and down, yes, like you're nodding your head, yes. I want you to do it 5 times. Everybody nod their head 5 times. Yes. And at the end of that 5 times, try and switch it to a no and see how uncomfortable it is. Tell me what your experience in doing that is. How uncomfortable is it to say no after saying yes 5 or 6 times? It's uncomfortable, isn't it? So people do not do what's uncomfortable. They're not going to do it. If it's uncomfortable, they're not going to do it. Is this making sense? Always ask 5 or 6 questions that the only answer can be yes. The only answer can be yes. Okay? Because we're setting it up. Gregory, we'll do that at the end of training. We'll go into that kind of information, please. So, always ask these questions to set up the response that you want to happen. Okay? The response you want to happen. Everybody follow? Everybody follow that? Why we do it? Now, David's got a point too, and I'm gonna tell you a little story. Some of you have heard this before. I used to do cable TV sales, and I used to teach salesmen and managers. I've trained in my time probably 50 managers and probably 1,500 salespeople over 20 some years. Okay. So there's a 17-minute video. But let's not get sidetracked. We'll come back to that, Jackie. So back in the day, in the early days of cable, I would often have what you call a no-brainer offer. In the early days of cable TV, it was the easiest job in the world and paid unbelievably great. Back in the 90s, I could make as much as $3,000 a week in some weeks on the right job. We would get an offer that would be free installation, $5 first month. Actually, what it was a free first month and $5 install, but I used to flip it around to make it sound better. And it would be a buy one, get one free with movie channels. Right? And here was the obstacle that I used to run into until I learned how to take control of it. I would go and knock on a door, and the husband would be there, and the wife wouldn't be there, and I'd say, here's the yada 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 cable for $5, 3 months, buy one get one movie channels. Well, what do you have? Well, we got Showtime, got HBO, got Cinemax, got and so on and so on. Well, the guy said, well, my wife's not home. Come back after 5 o'clock and we'll figure out which movie channels we want. Well, all that would happen was the wife would say no. Right? They couldn't make up their mind. So I learned to say, if you buy HBO, I'm going to throw in Cinemax for free for 6 months. Okay? I took the decision away and told them what they were going to buy. Okay? That's right. Never leave and give a card. It's always no. You need a decision at the door. So you take away the options. Remove the options. Okay? Make the choices for them. Whatever that is. Okay? So, I've always learned, because of my cable experience, how to structure the highlights, the important things in your offer, right? See, here's your sense of urgency, at least in that field, Tina. Hey, we have to work neighborhood to neighborhood. I'm not going to have time to swing back by here. Okay? Here's my door hanger. Boom. I'm off to the next house. The reason being, for in that industry, I could make one sale per hour. 1 sale per hour. How much was a sale worth to me? On average, 45 to 60 bucks. On average. I had days of 15, 20 sales. I rarely did I ever make less than 10 in a day. It was very rare that I
And
would do.
Gary, that was like 1990s dollars or 1980s?
Yes, 1990s.
Right.
1990s.
Good money back then, even better today.
Yeah. So, the learning point back then applies. Sales is sales, guys. The principles behind selling remain a constant. You highlight the strong suits and the strong features are your key points. They're what make people decide yes or no. The stronger those key points are, the better your closing ratio, right? Everybody agree that's the case? Give me a one if that's your case. You agree that's legit. So here's my question. What are you, each of you, going to do different than what you've done in the past? Nobody wants to be left sitting on a vine, shriveling up till they drop off and die, right? How many people have done that before? Got no help, couldn't quite make it work. You shriveled up on the vine until you quit, right? All been there. At some point in time, been there. Nobody started off on the top. We had to learn our way through. Okay? So today, what are you going to do different than what you've done in the past? For each of you, the answer should be similar. Come on, guys, interactive. Tell me what you individually will do different than what you've done in the past. Stop chasing people. Okay? Stop chasing people. Let them chase you. Folks, let them come to you. Okay? Create trust. Yes. So, what did Albert Einstein say the definition of insanity was? The definition of insanity, doing the same things over and over and expecting a different result. Hi, Lou. Exactly. So if it didn't work before, why do that same thing that didn't work before? Right? We want to do things that work and focus our attention on those things that work. Right? And it doesn't take a lot of time or effort. Now, one of the things I'm going to advise of people on the call is to do what? Build up your social accounts. Right? Let's go over back to Facebook for a second. I don't know what that's all about. But let's go over when I go to my friends list, I have basically right around the 5,000 most of the time. Okay. I almost can't, I almost don't even accept people until they have at least several hundred friends, mutual friends, because it doesn't make sense because I've only got XYZ space. That's it. So, but build up your friends list in all your social accounts. If you'll build them up consistently, your reach does what? Your reach expands. The other thing to do also, let's search. Let me show you guys. Now, here's my question to you. How many social groups have the right people that would be attracted to what you have? Right? Here we go. Do you think online marketing and business opportunity group would be open to what we have? Or network marketing, MLM, direct selling home business group, post network and online opportunities? All right. How many groups could you join that have the right individuals for what we offer? How many of you currently are using those groups? Give me a 1 if you're using them, or 2 if you haven't yet. Okay. Kind of a mixture, got some of both. Okay. Be always expanding your reach. Always expanding your reach. Now, if you have the time, start your own group and grow it. Do you think an admin of a group might have a little trust factor? Would you have a little bit of a trust factor if you're an admin of a group? And what else can you do? You could pin a post at the top. No matter what else anybody posts, yours is always at the top. And you control the rules. Don't be hesitant to start your own group if you have the time. Okay? That's not a bad idea. All right. Anybody else have anything else? Any questions that pertain to training first? Training first. Questions? Be it something we covered today or something in the past, it doesn't matter. Guys, any value from today? We learn anything at all? New people that are visitors, I hope you come back. We do this every Saturday. On the groups, you just join them. They're open to join. They may have questions before they let you in, but they'll, as a rule, 90% of them will let you in with no problem. They're trying to grow their groups too. Okay. For new people, we're about to go into some announcements and stuff. You don't have to stay. It has to do with our project. You're welcome to stay, but we're going to cover some information that's not part of training. Gregory, the way that I do this, as far as Des Alpes, who knows nothing about it, we use a 2-video approach. One is an overview and mission statement video, and the other is a 34-minute compensation video, which is this video right here. So this is the compensation video. If somebody has the overview mission statement video, can you post it, please?
We're about there.
Yeah, Jackie, we're trying to do that for you. Now, folks, here's the biggie. Anybody want to hear the real juice? Anybody want to lose sleep? My link went live this morning. Robert's link is live. Bob's link is live. That means it's going to start filtering down to each of you. Okay, that's exciting, guys. The journey has begun. The journey has begun. We'll make the training available, Jeff, as quickly as possible. And we appreciate that. We really do. It's all about you guys doing the training. If you succeed based on our training, then that's a feather in my hat. I really want to see people succeed. We don't want to ever see people fail. Okay? We want to see people succeed. The structures of different companies are never completely exactly the same, but being able to utilize those structures is key. Actually, I was more of a product of the six. I was born in 51. So the 60s, I kind of was my growing up years. Yeah, I'm old. I'll be the first one to admit I'm old. And I feel it. Welcome back, Lou. So, again, do we have any questions that I can help anybody with? Man, we yeah, 51 is a good year, Peter. Man, we appreciate that. email campaign. Kirk, if you have an email list, the document I shared you can use in a list. And it worked the same way as in a social site. If it's clicked, it'll go into their drive. Bob is actually going to teach some email marketing techniques. He's very good at it. I tend to be okay. All right, Paulette. We are who we are. Okay, we're creatures of habits. Okay, Gregory, if I were to explain Des Alpes in its simplest form, okay, the first thing I'm going to do is qualify why Des Alpes. Why Des Alpes? Well, how many people on the call? I'm going to ask this question out loud. How many people, or if I'm talking to one person, we're going to use you as an example, Gregory. Gregory, have you ever made at least $500 a month in any deal you've ever been in as an opportunity? Okay. So you give me a 1 if you have, or a 2 if you haven't. The next question I'm going to say, have you ever been in an opportunity? Oh, okay. So here's what I'm going to say. Gregory, let's qualify it. So if you've never been in an opportunity, then you've never made $500 or more. Generally, what's going to happen for Gregory, most people go through the experience of trying that opportunity out for 2 or 3 months, not making any money, and then dropping out. Because why? They didn't make any money, right? They didn't make any money. So, what would happen if you found an opportunity that no one ever dropped out? You could build it one time. You had the potential to make more money than, well, let me qualify that. Des Alpes will put more money in people's hands faster than any other legit opportunity on the planet. Okay? More money than any legit opportunity on the planet. Why? Because when you get your first 2 people, you're qualified for the entire 2x24 matrix and the other 2 compensation plans, all built with the same people, right? It's a one-time $129 payment out of pocket. All future upgrades and payments come out of profits, not out of your pocket. Right? Everybody follow that? So basically, after you qualify, you want to take and get somebody to the compensation video and the mission video, mission statement video, and the opportunity explained. Why? Because it does the heavy lifting and it goes into detail. Okay? If I'm talking to somebody, I might leave some of the detail out. I might not remember everything. Okay? Yes. Paul actually, guys, Paul actually said no, flat out no to me, right? But I followed back up and had him rewatch the video before he made that no decision. I didn't accept no as a final word. Okay? Why did I not accept no as the final word? Because I didn't want him to miss out. I've known Paul for as long as almost I've known most people. Right? I did not want him to miss out. No means right now. Timing's not right. That's 100% correct. Realize something as you're speaking with people. When are people most open to an opportunity? When are people most open to an opportunity? Doesn't matter what the opportunity. Well, not exactly, Gregory. I mean, you're on track, but you're not. When they're struggling financially, okay? When they're struggling. Now, think about the environment that we're currently in this country. What is the environment currently? High inflation. When they go to the grocery store, everything's sky high. They're living on credit cards to survive, some people. Some people are still paying for last Christmas before they got to this Christmas on their credit. It's killing them. They're making minimum payments. You know, they're struggling out there, folks. So if you have the right deal in front of them and they can see it, you're going to be able to help people solve a problem. What's the problem? Not enough income, too much algo. Okay? Now, realize they've been snake bit before. Most people have been snake bit once or twice. Okay? They need the money, but they've been snake bit, so they're hesitant. Okay? You need to open their eyes by what? All right. Somebody list the strong points of Des Alpes. Give me the reasons why Des Alpes. No fails, no dropouts, low entry point, no monthly payments, no auto ship, no one left behind, family focused. All of this is correct. Okay? All of this is correct. You have something in your hands like has never happened before, which means people that have never been open to opportunity before are now open to it. Right? They're now open to what you have. Which did what? What did that do? What did that do, folks? Well, yeah, that's true. But how about it spurred astronomical growth? Astronomical growth. Now, guys, I have a question for you before I go into that. We actually have roughly 60% of the company is in this group right here. 60%. Think about how astronomical that is. And why and how were we able to accomplish that? Yeah, we have a solution for a lot of people's problems. But why and how were we able to accomplish that as a group? Well, that's a good answer. No, you're right. We only need two, but it was two, helping four, helping eight, helping 16, helping 32, and having 90% qualified. That's the true definition of leaving no one behind. Folks, that's a dream situation. How many people on this call have ever been in a true team building situation themselves before? How many of you have ever been in anything like this where we qualified everybody? The people that aren't qualified are where? They're at the bottom. Okay? Our job is to help people get there too, be qualified. The most important thing you can do is help the people below you. Why? Guys, give me the why. Hi, Bob. Give me the why. Come on now. There's a why behind it, why we do this. And it's more than just, not only just helping people, because that comes hand in glove. Everybody wins, but you built such a stable organization that's so dependent upon each other, it can never undo, it can never fall apart on you. There's no way for it to fall apart. Everybody's qualified. Everybody's making money. Everybody's repeating month after month after month. And because nobody's dropping out, you get sustained growth, astronomical growth. Do you think that Bob and I dreamed 16 weeks ago? We looked at our first two, we put our first two in 16 weeks ago. And I turned around and said, Bob, you know, in 16 weeks, we're going to have 7,000 people beneath us. You think we ever dreamed about that? Bob and I will both tell you what our first goal was. Our goal was to get to $9,751 a month. That was our real first goal. We exceeded it in the first week. We had over 100 in the first week. We didn't have 62 people. We had over 100. Muhammad, not here. Here, everybody benefits, not just the top. Actually, you want to know the truth? Bob will make more money than I will initially. He's got a deeper leg on one side than I do. Now, Bob has got people beneath him that will make more than Bob. He'll catch up. I guarantee he'll catch up, but that's not the point. We celebrate success in our members. I want everybody to remember that. Celebrate success of your members. Uplift them. Be happy if they make more than you. Why? Because it makes your income stable and growing. Okay? Stable and growing. Nothing is more important than to have a stable income. Folks, let me ask you a question. And I've had this experience, so I know. I've had the experience of making it to the top level of a company in 10 months that was designed to take 2 to 5 years to get there. But after 10 months, I had people below me rating my downline for other companies. Okay? And I watched my income go from one level and drop 25, 30, eventually 40%. Okay? Is there anybody on the call that's ever had that experience? Give me a 3 if you had that happen to you. Okay? Do you realize that can't happen here if you build it correctly? It's an impossibility if it's built correctly with this compensation plan. Why do I say that? Because you have 90% of your people qualified. They're going through their upgrades, right? They're making solid income. Do you think anybody's going to mess with their own downline to undo what they have? I can't see it happening, folks. Long term. Big Al, we have to say congratulations. You know, that 1,000 is quite the achievement. And where it's really going to pay off, let's touch on this for a second. Donnie Bass said to me here a few weeks ago that there's going to be people that make more from the mall, just the 2x20 mirror, than they make from the regular compensation plan. Okay? Go ahead, Lou. You just have a great day, okay? Appreciate you. And so Big Al, we're going to pick on you for a minute. The mall income, because of the upgrade Alps points going into your mall income bank, will force up the per purchase average to a minimum of $3.50 to a more probable average of $5. Right? Now, unlike your other compensation plan, mall income is only paid monthly. Monthly. So, Big Al, how much is your monthly income based off of the 1,000 people you currently have? Let's say it averages $5. How much is your mall income? It's over 5,000. So now we add in our first 5 levels and add that in there to see what your monthly is. $97.51. So now we kind of throw in a guesstimate of our 6 through 10 and even potentially some 11 through 20. And just say, for argument's sake, let's say that's another 10. Are you making a monthly income that you'll be happy with based on the amount of work that you've done to this date?
Hey, Gary,
Yes, sir.
when you get a minute, I want to throw something at people.
Okay. So I think you guys can see the potential of what you have your hands on. Now, we didn't talk about the unit level, Big Al. You still got more money coming. It's going to get scary. All right, Bob, go ahead, please.
Hey, folks, apologize for not being here when we started. You still sharing your screen?
I am.
Okay.
You want
Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen here in a minute.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
But I want to talk to them about a couple things. Yeah, thanks, Greg. So there's some updates. I'm sure Gary hasn't gone over anything yet, or have you, Gary?
I've kind of touched on the fact that I went blue, you went blue, Robert went blue.
Right. Okay, we are on pause, just so everybody can understand this. So, and I will tell you that it was a beautiful thing to go on pause. And now y'all are sitting there going, "What? Why would you say it's a beautiful thing?" Gary, why would I say that going on pause because a potential glitch popped up that Antonio's dealing with is better going on pause with me instead of thousands of people under me?
Well, because one person's is easy to fix, thousands is a whole bunch of a nightmare.
Yeah, you got to remember what Gary mentioned to you. We've got over 60% of the whole company under us. 60% of the whole company is under Gary and I, which is you all. Everybody that's on this call, plus, let's see, you've got 107 on this call. So just add another 6,900 to that 107. So one of the things that Gary knows about me is I have these, what do I call them to you, Gary? I have these moments when I'm waking up.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to think I'm going to call it epiphany.
Yeah.
Give me a 1 if you understand what the word epiphany means, or give me a 2 if you don't. Hey, James. An epiphany is kind of like a moment, and you go, I could only akin it to the light bulb moment. Is that close, Gary?
That's close.
That's pretty close.
That's
The light
really
bulb moment.
a perfect description.
Okay. I'm going to tell you all something that y'all haven't thought about. Because we've got all these changes in the PowerPoint, it's easy to lose track of what we all know that have been with us for 16 weeks. Okay, put that to the side for now. Okay. The fact is that the mall is not just what makes the business compliant, and the fact that we have to purchase once a month is not just what makes this business compliant. But I'm going to ask you all a couple of questions after I share something that Big Al needs to understand. Big Al just told you all that I think he put in there that he's got 1,000 under him now. Is that right, Gary?
Yes.
After 16 weeks, 1,000. Cool. And that is a massive, massive achievement for anybody. I don't care who you are. Okay. And you got to remember that Big Al only started with 2 people, just like Gary did, just like I did, just like Amy did, just like my wife did. I can go on and on and on. Okay. But I want you to understand something. I've been crunching the numbers. Gary knows how analytical I am. And I've been crunching the numbers, and I'm going to tell you something, Big Al. I want you to hear this, and I want everybody to listen very carefully, because that number of 1,000 people means that, first of all, shopping, the e-commerce side of shopping around the world online is a multi-trillion-dollar business. I want everybody to write that down. E-commerce. This is what we are in now. Everybody wants to know what our product is. Everybody wants to know what Des Alpes is. Des Alpes is the ability for you to be in the e-commerce industry with your own private mall. Just think about it this way. Everybody has a mall close to them. The one close to me is about 20 minutes away that I can go into. And there's 250 stores in that mall. If I had the opportunity to have the funds, I could own that mall. I want you to think about this in the perspective that this is your business. I keep telling everybody we have a business. This is a legitimate business in the e-commerce industry, that you have a mall that you could walk into, literally, virtually, and go into 200 to 250 shops and shop exclusive stuff, things that are you're not talking about going to the 5 and dime. You will see this. But Big Al, are you ready for this? Right now, your potential is that you have 1,000 customers, which over the next 12 months could represent $100,000 minimum to you, just from part of your mall income.
Hey guys, anybody want to see an announcement? Bob, you want to see an announcement?
Well, there's been a lot this morning, so I don't know which one you're talking about.
This just happened. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Can't help myself. Well, it didn't cut and paste. Hold on, guys.
But just understand that everybody that is in your matrix has to do what? They have to purchase once a month from the mall, including you and I. This is like you owning your own mall. Jeff McBee knows the mall I'm talking about. Don't you, Jeff? And that's not the only one. Okay, we got a brand new outlet mall. Okay, yes, it's not an indoor mall, but it's the same principle. I can tell you that I know the people that own that outlet mall in Jinx, Jeff. They put up $150 million of their money on paper to do that. They know that it's going to take 3 to 5 years for them to be in profit. Ladies and gentlemen, you have your own mall with just, Jeff knows the mall I'm talking about, the brand new one on the river. We are going to have those, and those stores are exclusive stores around the world inside the state of Oklahoma. And these are secondhand stuff. Jeff doesn't know this part. I just found this out. We're not we're not dealing with secondhand stuff, ladies and gentlemen. And don't forget that if you have a product that you've developed, or you have a clothing line that you may be already selling online or offline, or anything of that nature, the list is long, right? You be able to get with the admin of the mall, the director of malls for the world, and you will get to be able to submit. There's going to be a process for this, but you get to be able to submit that to them and possibly have your personal products, your personal clothing line, your personal jewelry line, on and on, being sold to the world. Give me a 1 if that's okay with everybody. Give me a 1 if that's okay with everybody. Yes, Big Al. Right now, if we stopped production, meaning we stopped building, and we're not stopping building. Nobody's stopping. No, sir. We're just getting started. Right, Gary?
That's it.
So my point here is right now, at this moment, if you use the $100 per person constant, okay, because that is the constant. And folks, that doesn't count the mirror. This does not, what I'm telling you does not have anything to do with the 2x20 mirror that Gary was talking about, which is another monthly income stream. Doesn't count the 5 levels of the unilevel based on your personals. Doesn't even count the cash back from the debit card coming. Okay. My point is that you can literally talk to people about, hey, yeah, I'm in the e-commerce industry. I own them all.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
Open that file. So that way I can put this in there.
Well, let's see.
You can have the honors of reading.
Well, let's see. It's going to save it. Just a second. Let me save it to my desktop. So if I have to go finding it, it should pop up. Of course, it didn't. Yeah. Oh dear, not more income, Big Al. Yeah. So you got $100,000 mall. Gary and I've got a $700,000 mall business over the next 12 months. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And so simply put, every one of you do. No matter if you're at level 1 or you're at level 2, level 3, level 4, or at level 5. And there is a lot of folks already at level 5. Hey, David Gwynn, how big a mall potential income for the next 12 months do you got, brother? I know the answer to that. Yeah, just take it. It's easy to figure out. And when you think that, yes, we don't have them all in our back office yet. Oh, that part of that acknowledgement is 10 days from now, possibly. Do not quote me, but 10 days from now, the mall could possibly be in our back office. Yeah, passive income, potentially. Part of it's passive income, right? We know the first 5 levels is in the mirror, the 2x20 matrix mirror is passive, right? Level 6 through 10 is once a year. 11 through 20 is once a lifetime income, and we don't even go into those numbers. And there's no need to go into those numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, even those numbers. The reason that you don't need to worry about those numbers is because you have to focus on getting you and your team to level 5, because that resolves everything. If $10,000 a month extra income does not fix your problems, God help you. God help you. Give me a 1 if $10,000 a month income does not help you. I want to see somebody tell me that $10,000 a month extra income is not going to help their problem. That doesn't mean I can't help you, but I just want to know if that is a true statement or not. And I don't think so. I said it's not going to help you, Amy. Yeah, Greg, you try to live on that? I hope so, buddy. That's just a start, right? That's just a start. You're all right, Amy. Let me see if I can find what Gary. Okay, just a second. All right. Okay, yeah, actually, Mark sent this to me. So here we go. Gary, I can't see anybody, so give me a 1 if you can hear me. I want to make sure everybody can hear me. Give me, of course, give me a 2 if you
I
can,
can
right?
hear you. Everybody can hear you.
Everybody can hear me. All right, here we go. So, good morning, everyone. And this is coming from Donnie himself. Donnie here with news and updates. Number 1, the company is now over 10,000 members, and they have hired more customer service folks. Thank God. Antonio and his son Chad need the help starting Monday. Number 2, checking the progress up to level 6 and 7. No snags so far, looking great. Now I'll stop right there and just let you know that Gary is on level 6. There was no snag for him. Robert and I are on level 7, and the snag stopped at us, which is exactly what I wanted to make sure happened. Okay. And in your back office, you could go in your back offices right now and click on Matrix. It's the update for the pause is under in your back office when you click on the Matrix. Now, if you go in your back office, before I read any further here, if you go in your back office and it says that you could make your payment, do not do it. Do not do that. Not until we come off a pause. Okay. Number 3, customers could put their upgrade on manual soon, but beware if you do and someone below you upgrades and you are not at that level because you made a withdrawal. He put this in capital letters. You could lose money. Okay, this is recorded, so you'll get this and you can hear this again. But we've been talking about this for 4 months. When that button becomes available, I'm sure that means the way I'm seeing this now, it means it's going to be an automatic. Okay, which means that you would have to put it on manual. Don't do it. You know, Gary and I cannot tell you not to do it. I'm not. Yeah, I am saying don't do it. I don't care. All right, and I'm going to tell you why after I get through this. All right, PowerPoint presentation and Q&A in many languages will be available soon. There is also when you get the opportunity to make your payment, part of the back office shows now the crypto wallet. The smart wallet is there with a video and all the breakdown on how that works. So just know that we've been waiting and waiting for that one. Bobby Jones, if you're on here, that ought to make you ecstatic. Also, Joe's got off the French call, and I know he's got some updates. I don't know if he's on the call. Okay, here we go. Here's some of the stuff that I was seeing. Okay, number 5. In 10 days, it says in big bold letters, in 10 days, you will see the shopping store. 200 items in 5 continents. 5 continents is a lot of countries, ladies and gentlemen. Number 6, January the 15th, fully operational, meaning fully automatic. So that's 11 days from now. Very important. This next one's very important. If you upgrade to whatever level or come in at $120, but your sponsor has not upgraded yet, he or she will have a minimum of 7 to 14 days to do so, so they do not lose any money. Let me repeat that. If you upgrade to whatever level or come in at 120, and when they say whatever level, they're talking about people that would come in and maybe be a customer first, and then okay, they decide to upgrade to VIP customer, or they come in where we're at right now. Okay, because most of us should all be ambassadors on this call. Okay, but your sponsor has not. So they're talking about you upgrading, but your sponsor above you has not upgraded yet. He or she will have a minimum of 7 to 14 days to do so, so they don't lose any money. So they're calling this a 7 to 14 day grace period. Okay. Item number 8, withdrawals. A button will be installed by the end of the month, the 31st. Okay. Now, this is good news. I don't want anybody running out of this call and saying, wait a minute, Bob just said that we're going to pay, and then the money's going to start showing up in our back office, because it does. Gary can tell you that. Okay. And we don't have access to move it to an ACH account yet. Okay. They're working on that. But more importantly, for everyone to understand, not only do you want to make sure you leave that button in automatic, you have to have your mindset and your focus on reserving the first $5,000. Now, is everybody going to do that? Nope. Can't make you do it. Okay. But my point here is we've been through this, and this is why we have really stuck on this for the last 4 months. You have a business. Run it like a business, not like a hobby where you think that because you see some money sitting there that you're just going to just jump in there, get that money, and go, and then forget about it. And then you come back and you're very, very disappointed because your money did not come back in again because you didn't pay your expense for that level. And it doesn't matter what level it is. That's why I tell you, I will never teach anybody to manage their checkbook by the day. You manage your checkbook, you manage your back office, you manage your expenses by the month. That means that you're going to reserve a minimum as you're moving up the ladder of the 1,700. It's 1,649. I just say 1,700. Okay. A minimum of 1,700. But you might as well keep the 5,000 in the back of your mind, because a lot of you on this call already are at level 5 or very close. And the minute that you have people at level 5, that means you've got people spilling into level 6. You have to be prepared to upgrade then. So you might as well just leave it alone and know that you're going to wait till you accumulate the $5,000. Why? Because your level 6 through 10 upgrade comes out automatically. It's gone. Your level 11 through 20 upgrade comes out automatically, and then it's gone. And then you just leave 2,000 in there, 1,700, whatever you want to call it. But you will leave that amount of money in there forever. That is what protects your monthly residual of $97.51. Give Gary a 2 if you understand everything I've just said to you. Give Gary a 2. Okay, so again, item number 8, the withdrawals. They will install a button by the end of the month, 31st at the latest. Knowing how Antonio works, I would bet you money is probably going to be ahead of time. But we're not going to get excited and start sending support tickets tomorrow because you don't have the ability to take your money out yet. All right, 2FA. Okay, this is something that Gary and I requested from the very beginning because it is a security protocol. You got to understand something, that you will want to have a very, very good password, right? This is your bank. This is what you're doing, is you have to think in terms of you are a banker with $1 million in your bank account, and what are you doing to protect it from the thieves that come in the night? They do 24/7 actually online. All right. So you better have a very, very good password. And it's not a password that you use everywhere. All right. Be smart about the password that you come up with, especially when money starts coming into your back office. All right. The 2FA. The 2FA is a critical security protocol. And a lot of you should already know about this with your banks, your credit unions. You know, I have my wife and I's bank is 2FA. My retirement income is protected on my E-Trade platform with 2FA. So the only possibility with smartphones is if somebody hacked your phone first and then hacked your password and were able to, while you opened up your vault door, literally, go in and get your money. Now, if you don't think that that's a possibility, I can tell you, and I'm not naming any names because I don't want to embarrass anybody on this call, but there's a bunch of folks on this call that are in other businesses that have had that happen to them. So please, please. So yes, so the last item that I'm seeing, Gary, is the 2FA, and the profile will also be installed to secure your back office and personal information. What you got?
Scott, that's it.
Anybody got any questions? Anybody got any questions? I know there were probably some questions there. We blew by them maybe. Bob or Gary, let's see. Please respond. I have people asking, when someone new gets in and has their 2 people and no one else yet, then where does the dollars come from to buy their obligation on the product? Okay, so what she's talking about is you're probably talking about the 2 people that don't have anybody, right? Yeah. So that's a good one for you, Gary.
Okay.
You might be able to show them your back office to show them that $20.
Yeah. Yeah, I could. Hold on. I have to log back in. I was actually logging into Shirley's.
Yeah, I logged into Leanne and Amy logged into hers, and when they went on pause, that stopped their back offices from flipping over.
Yeah.
So they're my first level. So let me go back here and see if I thought I might have gotten something back from Antonio, but not yet. But that doesn't surprise me.
All right.
Hey, Gary.
Yeah.
I got to make a phone call. I'll be right back.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen for a second. I think that's the right one. All right. Can everybody see my screen? Give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Okay. Gonna go into finances. And you can see 25 PDA up here. Over here it shows 20 PDA. That's called marketplace rewards. That money allows you to purchase a product before you actually have enough income coming in to take care of it. Okay? So you're being gifted more or less $25 out the gate to get started with. This will get you to your first monthly period before you start seeing upgrades happen. And for those of you not sure, here's how to work. When a person upgrades from level 1 to level 2 to level 3, level 4, and level 5 in our primary 2x5 or our first 5 levels, those out points are all going to feed your mall income. Okay? That's going to beat that mall purchase average up to somewhere around $5 per person, and it will grow from there. Guys, why do you think it will grow from there? What's going to make it get bigger? Come on. More new members. What happens with new people coming in? They upgrade. They make purchases, yes, and they upgrade. Those upgrades or Alps points are going to continually fuel the number and amount of purchases from your mall. It will be continually catching pressure and building up levels of purchases so that your average will go up higher than $5 per person. So guys, let me scare you a little bit. Bob and I have been telling you that we are 60% of the company, correct? Right? 60% of the company, right? Do you remember us telling you that? Well, if I go back to my team, and it'll take a while to load because it's so big. Folks, we're sitting at 73% of the company right now. We are gaining. How scary is that? We're actually gaining our percentage. In other words, we're growing faster at a faster rate than the company itself. And I'm going to tell you the Saturday call and the training we do helps fuel this. Now we don't take credit, Bruce. This is a team effort, folks. This is a team effort. We're not here to do bows or take none of that. We're here to build a solid organization for everyone. Remember what I said earlier. We celebrate success. We celebrate success. Folks, check that out. 7371 in a team now.
Damn, Gary, you got more than I do.
Of course. Nature of the beast. But Bob, the point you missed while you were gone.
What'd I miss?
We're no longer 60% of the company.
Okay.
We are now 70% of the company.
And you all have to understand that will continue to grow. Now we'll never get 100%, obviously, because there's 4 master distributors that are ahead of us, and they all have whatever they have in their group.
Right.
So, yeah. But the fact is, is you all 106 that are still here are part of an organization that started only 4 months ago. 4 months ago, Gary and I started with only two each.
Two. That's it.
Two each. Jackie, I want to be on your team. Well, you're there somewhere, Jackie. Unless you're a guest and haven't are not a member yet. Are you a guest or are you already a member, Jackie? Hey, Gary, what's that $1.25?
I really don't know.
It's there though, right?
It's there.
I bet that comes out of the matrix.
Yeah, I don't exactly understand what that is.
Well, because sitting here looking at this, I was just showing my son before I come back on that $100 on the commission line. You probably already told everybody that come from Robert Phillips.
Yes.
So we see now you know something. Okay, what you know now is that part of the system is working perfectly.
Let me address the question. How does no direct referrals earn money? No direct referrals will only earn cash back from the mall. So you basically can shop for free until you have at least one direct referral. One direct referral will pay you on your primary 2x20 down only 5 levels. Two people will pay you through the entire compensation plan. So it's in your best interest to get qualified, get your two people. We don't teach getting one, we teach getting two. So anyway,
That also shows you. I said, if you see what Bill King and Bruce are talking about, they're absolutely correct. So the other thing is we wanted to make sure. See, they built our platforms first, so meaning that we're hard coded, and so everybody, in order for this to work, that means that everybody that came in below us 2x2x2, all the way down 7,000 people so far, would be hard coded to us. And so we know that's for a fact working now, right, Gary?
yes, yes.
And so, yeah, that also means that you got to remember what have we been telling you? That hard coded links means that your 62 that you're building, or however many you got so far, will follow you into the mall, because that's what I just said. That $1.25 comes from the mall compensation plan. Yep. And that's not the 2x20 once a month either. You're right. That's the 5 levels. So
Horrible.
that's just terrible, Gary. Terrible.
Horrible. Okay, so how would the expenses work if you have no direct referrals? Easy question. Nothing will happen because you have the way it's set up is all upgrades come from profit, same as their monthly expenses. So if there is no income coming in, it will bypass you for that month, but it also allows your sponsor to help you get to your two, or at least your first one, so you are qualified. That's the beauty of this system, is nobody drops out, but it gives us time to help that person without them reaching in their back pocket. Okay? So,
Hey, Jackie, I saw your message to Gary and and I get that, but you still have somebody that you're directly connected to. You can't be out there flapping in the wind. It's possible that you just don't know who. So you will have a link from somebody.
Jackie, we could help you in one way. We could actually put in a support ticket to find out who you're with, but you can actually do that yourself.
Right. Yeah,
let me
that's what
get you the link.
Yeah, in your back office, everybody in your back office, there's a little button out there on the bottom right side, right up, sits right above where it tells you your policies and procedures are. Make sure y'all are reading those. Yeah, it's probably good reading that you fall asleep on, but you got to read them.
All
I
right.
know that if you've been in business before, you've blown by that and just checked the box and said, yeah, you've read them because you've done that. As a matter of fact, the new form that they went to, it also says that you checked them, and there is a hyperlink right there, so you could actually go and look at those 48 pages before you ever check the box that says you read them.
All right.
My suggestion to each and every one of you is, if you have not, you better go ahead and do it.
Jackie, let me address that real quick. Just plug into what Bob and I do here every Saturday, and we will be that help that you need. We're here, we're all about team building. So we're here to help everybody. So if your upline is not helping you, then plug into what we do and we will help you. We don't care where you're at. Okay. You may not even be on our team and we're still okay to help you.
Yeah. Yeah. You may not be, you may not even be under Gary and I, because I have no idea who you are.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. See,
Right.
this is all about, we're here for the company itself, but we're also here to help everybody we can help. It's why we do a Saturday call. Part of why we do a Saturday call is to help you gain momentum to learn how to build this business.
Hey,
Okay.
Jackie, are you under Mark Chin?
Well, it's possible you could be under Mark and not even know it.
Well, she says she's not under us, so she's got to know. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You can go in your back office. Bill King, if you have a back office, right, Bill King? Yes. Go in your back office, and in your back office on the right-hand side at the very bottom, you'll see it. It's in white. There you go. You got two of them. One's in French and the other one is in English. So yeah, click on that and it pops right up. The nice thing is it pops right up. So see, this is part of knowing your business. You know what this would be like? This would be, because this is a real business. You can absolutely say you have a real business. Somebody comes to you and says, what business are you in, Amy? Well, I'm in the e-commerce business. Well, what's e-commerce? Well, I own my own mall. I got 250 stores in my mall right now, and I'm adding to that, and I do business in about 160 different countries. Give me a 2 if that sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Give me a 2 if you could reach out to somebody to ask you what your business is, and that's what you tell them, because that is your business. And you will sell products out of your mall, regardless of somebody joining your business or not, by the way. That's what a customer is.
Guys, picture this. Walking down to the car dealer to buy your new car.
Oh, this is a good one. I love this one.
And the guy, your salesman, asks you, what do you do?
Yes, and they will.
And they have to. Why do they have to?
And they
Because
absolutely
qualifying
have to.
your income.
Right.
Okay. And when you turn around to that salesman and say, I make $30,000 a month. What do you mean you make $30,000 a month? What do you do? Did he open the door for you? Did he open the door for every salesman on the lot just then?
Amy, you don't need another car. You've already got your own car lot.
It's not the point. It's a one case scenario.
Yeah.
This is going to happen the same way when you walk into your bank, right? When you walk into your bank, you had just made a direct deposit ACH 2 days before, right? Then you made another one and another one. When you walk in, do you think that that teller is gonna? You have that attention?
Hey, David Gwynn. Nope, you're not paying 70,000 cash. I'm going to show you how to do a. We're going to set you up with an LLC, and then your LLC is going to lease that truck. And so you ain't going to look, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not a financial planner, but I am a financial guru. And why can I say that? Because my wife and I are absolutely, positively, completely, 100% debt free. And we do not pay our taxes up front on nothing. We don't pay our taxes up front during the year for our retirement incomes. Don't pay our taxes up front for our business incomes. And yes, I do have a good CPA because yes, last year we got $1,200 back from the federal government, and I got $800 back from the state. That's correct. And we have no car payments. And yes, we will have an LLC, and we'll have a 501c3, and I will be able to teach all that. We have gurus for that. Gary and Patrick are extreme gurus in the field of being able to get people $10,000 a month in free advertising from Google, as an example, on YouTube. Anybody like to do that? Give me a 3 if you want some free advertising come after we go public. $10,000. I didn't say, by the way, a month, did I, Gary?
Nope.
If you only got $10,000 one time, give me a 3. But what if they could show you how to get $10,000 a month? A month. $10,000 a month in free advertising. You think that you're with the right people yet?
Hey,
You think
David,
that we might have some things that we can teach you that you haven't learned anywhere else? I don't care what network marketing company you're in right now, even if you're not in Des Alpes. Right.
David is going to take you and me to dinner, Bob.
Yeah.
He just
Yeah.
said he's retiring in April and taking us to dinner.
Well, see, I told David that he had to come to Tulsa, or Jeff and I will come to Oklahoma City. See, what y'all don't know too is and Big Al's going to be appreciative of this. Big Al wants Gary and I and our senior leadership team to head to his country as soon as we can to do a live event. Why? Because he has a huge offline going.
Bob, let me address Ernest real quick. Ernest, here's my question. Can you use your trust in this program? Yes. Okay. You can set up a trust. You'll have to take it from your name and move it into the trust name. You'll have to do that through your back office. But yes.
Yeah, and
I
by the
would
way,
highly recommend it doing that.
yep, Gary's right. And by the way, the majority of us, probably 100% of us right now, are coming in as sole proprietors.
Yes.
Okay, that's okay for a minute.
Yeah.
That's okay for a minute.
It's gonna be a quick minute though.
For a lot of people, it's going to be a short minute. Yes, because because the tax consequences. You can either do this. You can either decide that you're okay with giving. I'll give you an example. A person that I know very dear to my heart made $170,000 in gross income in 2024. I want you to listen to this very carefully. They paid their federal and state up front. They paid in 60, almost. No. They paid in $52,000 of that 170 in federal taxes.
I believe that.
Okay. Then you take 5% of that number, and they paid that to the state of Oklahoma up front. Why? Because they don't have a very good CPA yet, number one. Number two, it was easier to do. Now, I'm going to tell you a very sad story about this, because that person will get money back, even though they are single, without children, without a mortgage or any other type of things that you typically would think about as far as tax write-offs. Okay. My CPA is not typical. Neither is Gary's. Okay. So the standard deductions do not apply. And how can I prove that to you? I just told you. Okay. Because this person last year made 140 something thousand and had about the same amount of money, a little bit less in federal, a little bit less in state. But she only got back 3,000 in federal and nothing in state. Right now, let me tell you once again, my wife and I in 2024 did not pay any federal taxes and did not pay any state income taxes. And yes, we live in a state that you still pay state income tax during the year of 2023. And we did not during the year 2024. But when we filed, our CPA filed our taxes in 2024 for 2023, we got back $1,200 in federal and $800 in state. So if you want to learn how to do something like that, give me a 5. Give me a 5. And you got to remember something. My CPA has to put their name on it. And the fact that I got a check, the fact that my wife and I got that check back from the feds and we got the check back from the state, you do realize that means that everything was legal that happened. Okay. I've told this story before. In the United States, federal income tax is voluntary. Yes, it is. Because in the United States, if you receive a refund, so as an example, if I receive a refund again in 2025, like I did in 2024, like I did in 2023, 22, 21, 20, 19, I don't go all the way back. All right. Okay. But my point is, if you receive in the United States, I cannot vouch for any other country, but in the United States, in your HR department, you filled out a form. If you're working a job, you filled out a form, and it said, and the reason you fill out a form is because you got to sign it. How do I know that this is true? Because everybody that goes to work in the United States fills out a form for your withholding. And what they don't tell you is the reason you're signing that is you are giving permission to your employer to withhold federal and state income tax and send it out of your check to the government ahead of time. Give me a 3 if you understand what I'm talking about. Nope, a refund is not just an overpayment. David, you weren't listening very close. I didn't pay any taxes. Let me say this again. I have retirement income every month. Leanne has retirement income every month. I have business income every month, not from Des Alpes yet, from businesses that I've been in over the last 5, 10, 15 years, right? I have business income on top of my retirement and her retirement income coming in every month. We do not pay taxes on that during the year, on any of it. And why don't I? Because I don't have to. And how did I get money back? Because I'm very good at what I do, and so is my CPA. Ain't that right, Gary?
Yes, sir.
Gary's got a good CPA too.
Guys, we're running really long, so
Well, yeah, I know.
we'll wrap it up some.
But see, this is what I'm telling you. I've repeated this 100 times. Okay, let me share my screen real quick, Gary.
Okay.
I want to show everybody something real quick. And I'm going to prove a point to you about using training also. Using training to bring people to you that will keep coming to the training, that will want the whole enchilada, and they'll turn around and they will join you in your business no matter what it is. I'm going to show you I'm going to prove this to you. I got to send a request to you. Could you hear me, Gary?
Yes.
I sent you a request so I could share.
Oh, hold on.
Okay, hang on a second. Let me make sure I'm in Facebook here. No, Gabby, my CPA's in Oklahoma, and they're actually kind of retired. Like Gary's is kind of retired.
Yeah, ours retired last year, but he takes care of me and Patrick.
Yeah, they've been doing our taxes for a real long time. They do, our whole family. But you want to actually, everybody that's at level 5 or higher already, you want a tax attorney. Go find a tax attorney. Why? Because they are a lawyer, okay, in this field, and they also are a licensed CPA on top of that. It's going to cost you some bucks, but you're going to have it. And oh, by the way, if they charge you $500 to do your taxes, or they charge you $1,000 to do your taxes, you get that back the next year, because that counts as a business deduction. Save your receipts for everything you do. We will teach that too. We got a lot to teach, Gary.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. All right. Gary, can you see my desk?
I can see.
You see I'm in Facebook, right?
Yeah.
All right. So everybody, I talk about Facebook marketing. Okay, just real quick. My pinned post, July of this year. Yep, and it's going to stay there. And I do some tweaks to it off and on, but I want to show you something. I got 218 emojis. I've got 202 threads going. These are conversations. If you're not having conversations on your pinned post, or any other post for that matter, you're doing it wrong. I got 50 people that have shared my pinned post. Why? I don't know, but they're doing it. Okay, that's that post. Real quick. Here's one that I put December the 29th. Look at this. 74 emojis, 59 threads going, 4 shares. Here's one back December the 13th. 108 emojis, 95 4 shares, 95 comments, threads. They're called threads going. If you're not getting comments, you're not attracting the right people. You're not posting the right content. If you are getting comments, then you better be replying to those comments, because Facebook will extend your reach every time you do that. Okay, you see this right here. November 1st is when I started posting for training. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you this first. And this stays here. It's not pinned, but it stays here because I don't put, and if you when you get rid of your posts that you've done for a while, you don't delete them, you archive them, because they're still there, and people will still do what? They will still be attracted to them. But you archive them, do not delete them. All right. So this is what I'm talking about. The training post. 106 emojis, 141 threads, 45 shares. Pretty good. But that's not what I want you to see. Okay, this is Facebook Professional. You see right here, it says Professional Dashboard. All right, it's because I'm using Facebook Pro, and it is free to use. All right, now, first things I want to show you, just a second. Get some of this stuff out of my way. All right, now, 28 days. So Facebook Pro shows you a 28-day run. Every 28 days, these numbers are updated. Views, 21,000, almost 22,000 views on my post in the last 28 days. My reach, that kind of shows that I've got 100% reach, right? Because I've got 6,700 followers. All right. I don't count friends. I'm only counting followers, right? Because if you click on this, This tells you where where your reach is coming from. All right. But 6,531 followers, 100% is not really 100% because a lot of these people continue to come back. But this is what you want to see. Content interactions, 1,449. This is every 28 days, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is the Holy Grail. Why do I say follows is the Holy Grail? Because those are your leads. 132 over the last 28 days are new followers. This isn't the same followers. These are new followers just in the last 28 days. And these are specifically targeted people. I target these people specifically that I want to attract to me. People that are in the network marketing, MLM business, people that are in the Christian groups on Facebook. Okay? Now I want to show you something. This is what I wanted to show you. I want you to see two things here. You seeing this, Gary?
Yeah.
Gary, what for the last 28 days, I can tell you since this post has been up, and since November the 1st, actually, that is the #1 ranked post I have, Gary. What is that post?
That post is for our weekly training, has 6,608 views. Interactions, 303 interactions, and reach of almost 2,000.
And 2,000 reach of my 6,600 reach. But the point here, folks, ladies and gentlemen, is that business post, that training post, is my #1 ranked post. And look at what's my #2 ranked post, Gary?
Eight weeks ago, I started noticing small changes.
That is a business post. That is my testimony for the products that I use.
Yep.
Give Gary a 1 if you would like your business post to be ranked #1 and #2 by Facebook to attract people to your business. You getting any ones, Gary?
Yeah, nothing but ones.
Now, I don't want anybody to tell me that they cannot take that post, because I don't want you branding me. This is about branding each and every one of you. You go in here. Let me go back to the post. Go back to the post. And I'm going to open it up. All right. See more. When you come to my Facebook page, I'll put my link in here for those of you that haven't been here. Come and show some love, and give a comment. You can comment on anything that you want in there, and I don't care if it's something you don't like. Comment on it, okay? And let me tell you something. Do not disregard people that you think are giving you a negative comment. All right, I ain't talking about somebody that's trying to stalk you or trying to do hate and bullying and stuff like that. That's not what I'm talking about. Okay. But you come over here to my profile, click on see more. All right. Now, when you click on see more, it opens it up. And what you do here is you just come in here and you just swipe it. You swipe it all the way down. And right there, you take that and you go put it on your profile. Now, it's branding you, not me. And then what you do is come back and take these. Do not try to copy them, because Facebook puts stupid tags on them. All right. But I have been accumulating these hashtags. Why? Why do we use hashtags, Gary?
To notify other people.
Right. Because if you go to a hashtag right here, free crypto training, you see that's a hyperlink. Right? These hashtags trend inside Facebook, right? So let's just pick one, just so you see this real quick. Free marketing tools. Oh, look who's there. Who is that? Who is that, Gary? That's David Gwynn.
Yeah.
David Gwynn what is David Gwynn doing? David Gwynn is doing exactly what I teach David Gwynn to do.
Oh.
3 hours ago. Okay, that is a hashtag that trends. Well, who's that? Jeff McBee, Amy Carpenter. Okay, and the reason I'm showing you this is because these other people are going to come and see this. There's me. That's just one hashtag. Okay, you can all be creative and you can come up with more hashtags than what we're coming up with. But what you got to do is open up your notepad. Just a second. Let me get back here. So open up your notepad. Just so you know, you can ask Gary. I get paid $100 an hour to do this training. Ain't that right, Gary?
Yes, sir.
If I want to charge. Have I charged people? Yes, I have. But I do not charge anybody in Des Alpes. No, sir. I say we give free training. You, by God, get free training, and you get the best of the best. You all have not seen nothing yet. You really haven't. But anyway, back to the hashtags. Okay, the hashtags. Take those and put them in your notepad, and then you can start adding them. Okay, and they will. Once you do it right, it will hyperlink. And if they don't hyperlink, you didn't put them in there right. Okay. One other thing before we get off of here. All right, and I'm going to show you this. So because some of my students are having a problem with this. Okay, so when I say, here's how you get your reach extended at followers. Let me take that out. So I'm gonna, and I can't do it again today. I think I've already done it, and it'll tell me if I have. Right. See what this is right there? It just told you that I've already used it. Okay, but what you're going to do is every day, 24 hours from this morning, I'll be able to come back and type in at followers, and then I'm going to check one other one, at highlight. Okay, and you saw it says you can only use it 3 times a week. You can use at followers 7 days a week, every 24 hours, and you want to do this. You want to go in there, clear that out, save it, refresh it, come back in there and do it. You can also go in there and clear these out. You can swipe them, click on cut, it'll take them out, save it, refresh it, come back and put those back in. That refreshes all those hashtags for you at the same time that you're using at followers or at highlight. All right. Now, I don't use at followers and at highlight on this post every day. I start about on Wednesdays. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I'll do it. Okay. So I use at followers and at highlight on other posts as well. All right. Anybody got any questions on that before we get out of here?
Yeah, we're gonna have to run. I got one appointment I got to take care
We're
of.
going. Boosting. Boosting is advertising. Okay. And in order to boost, that's paid advertising. That's what Facebook wants you to do. Are they getting all my reach? Nope. But if you go and you Google how much is the average person get to use of reach and engagement in Facebook, they'll tell you 6 to 10%. I've proven to everybody that mine is not 6 to 10%, and I do not spend a dime with Facebook advertising. Anybody else got any other questions? Yes, sir, Mohammed. There's a lot to learn, and we've got 50 years of what we've learned. And one more thing before you all go about business. I've said this 100 times. If I haven't said it a million times, Gary, have I not said that if you have never run a business in your life, and this is absolutely a business, you do not know how to run a business until you learn how to run a business. Have I not said that, Gary?
Many times.
Okay. And so that you don't know how to run a business is one of the biggest reasons why you do not make money online. Okay. And I can assure you that when you went to grade school, elementary, middle school, high school, and probably even college, you never learned, there was nobody to teach you how to run a business. Now, in business college, they do have theory. That's not practical application. Theory is not practical application. Yes, trade schools, absolutely. The only place that you're going to learn how to maybe run a business is maybe some kind of trade school, but you will absolutely learn how to do what? You will learn a specific skill set. You want to be a plumber? You want to be you want to be a welder? You want to be a contractor? You want to be a construction person? You want to be a you want to build houses? All those kind of things have trade schools, and that does not teach you theory. That teaches you the practical application of the job. You want to be an electrician, so on and so forth. Then you get on the job training with your job, and you go. Okay, most people would even tell you that they went through elementary school, they went through junior high, they went through high school, they even went through maybe a couple of years of college, but when they got on their job, they didn't know their job then either. They know what they're going to do as a job because you were told what you were going to do, but then you had to be put with somebody, right? You were put with somebody that had to do what? Teach you how to do your job. That's what a mentor is. That's what Gary and I are. That's what David and Amy and Angela and Cobus and Craig. We are mentors. Jeff McBee. We are mentors that are willing to teach you the things that you do not know, because until you know them and can apply them, you will not have a very good chance at being successful. Gary, you got anything to add?
Oh, I can't top that. I mean, just keep coming to the training, guys, and you'll pick up, some things we repeat over and over. Other things are new stuff that we add in. So by coming to the training, you're going to start to implement much of what we're teaching, and it'll change your life.
Absolutely. And I'm going to tell you all something. 100 people is impressive because you all are serious about your business. Now, yes, Bob knows that everybody cannot be here on Saturday mornings because of the time zones. I get that. Or people just decide they're not coming to the training because they know we record everything. Well, yes, we do record everything. And, we're not going to keep that from people. I do know some hard ass trainers that will never do that. I've worked with some, and I've tried and said, nope, if a person is not serious enough about their business to come get training live from me, then they don't want it bad enough. Have you ever heard that, Gary?
Many times.
We live in a world where we understand that there's a lot of people still working a full-time job, and some people have to work Saturdays and so on and so forth. And so we're not going to hurt those people. They need to have the access to it. But I tell you, one of the reasons that I have Gary put these up on YouTube, why do I have you put these up on YouTube, Gary?
So we attract new people to the calls that attract new people to each of you guys.
And that's one thing. But the thing for me is I get to see how many times the replays are viewed.
That's true too, as well.
That's what I watch. Gary knows that I watch everything. And so today, this is going to be recorded, and I'm going to watch it over the next week, and I'm going to see if I've got 7,000 people watching it. I can guarantee you 7,000 people are not going to watch it. That's a sad thing to say, but it is a fact regardless. Okay? So that's what I'm talking about. How serious are you that you don't come to at least one of the business Zooms, or you don't come to a training live when you can, but more importantly, that you're not watching the replays. And that distresses me terribly, because you cannot give me one excuse. And you can take this to your leaders, you can take this to your people and say, Bob is a bully, that he says we got to watch it. And I say, if you're serious enough about your business, you will watch replays. Why not? You can start them and stop them as much as you want, right? You can start them and stop them as much as you want. You can come back to it. You can go take a break and come back to it. But you've got to decide how serious you are about this business. I will tell you how serious I am. My whole family is in this business. We are dead serious about this business. Gary and I, this is the most serious thing we've done in the last 20 years as a business together. Gary, are we serious about this
Oh
business?
man.
Okay. And the fact that you all are here and telling me that, yes, and I know the majority of you that do get to come, and I know the majority of you that do watch the replays. And guess what? You want to know the common factor of the majority of you that are doing this? You're applying it and you're growing. I can point out Amy Carpenter. I can point out Gabby. I can point out Barbie Zabel. I can point out hundreds of people. And the reason their downlines are exploding is because they're just doing exactly what we teach. All right. That's it.
All right, guys.
Only been here for 3 hours.
We're gonna stop right there.